Are live here on YouTube and recorded here in your podcast feed for the final mailbag of the 2021 season here on January 7th for us, Friday afternoon of 2022. We got a few news items to update you on and a very weird top five inspired by our own David Sampson, who, in my opinion, I don't want to talk smack about him behind his back. He hosts Nothing Personal podcast, former front office executive for the Miami Marlins, World Series champion.
Survivor contestant.
I've worked with him a lot. He's a lot of fun. He butchered the top five in this category, and he inspired me to have Dan do it. Dan,
the good news is I can only do worse, given my track record.
What's the category?
The top eight. Today is Nicolas Cage's birthday, so it is the top five Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah,
so I'll go ahead. I'll pull up. And he's a movie buff, by the way, David Sampson, like a mega movie buff. I'm going to pull up his top five in a moment. I shall do it right now. His top five Nicolas Cage movies: 1, Valley Girl; 2, Lord of War; 3, Face Off; 4, The Family Man; and 5, Adaptation.
So I only had 1 on my top 5 of those 5.
I've only seen 2 of those 5.
No Con Air?
I've actually only seen 1.
No, The Rock. Are you kidding me? You didn't put The Rock on there? I called him out. I quote tweeted, and I'm seeing if I don't think he replied. But we'll see. Yeah. Okay.
You're not big enough for him to reply to you, Adam.
I kind of agree, but we've worked together. We've done shows together, so I felt like maybe I got a funny comment on it from at Tailored Productions. Personal fun fact: I was like 10 when The Rock came out, and my mother rented it from Blockbuster. The next weekend, my friend said, "Have you seen The Rock?" I said, "Yeah, that movie was awesome." He said, "No, stupid, The Wrestler."
Yeah.
That was the first weekend I saw The Rock and Stone Cold. All right, anyway, let's do our news and notes.
Humor joke.
Jamie laughed.
It was a pity laugh.
I appreciate it, Okay, so Chase Edmonds is likely out. He's out, right?
He's out.
Okay. James Conner is Jamie. Where in your rankings?
Connor will be in the top 10. I was making a switch to start sit where I had Chase Edmonds as a start. That will now be James Conner. Love the setup for him. I'm going to guess he's going to be a popular DFS play because he should be. The Seahawks without Bobby Wagner and with what they've allowed in the passing game to running backs, it's just an absolute dream situation for Connor, assuming that he's 100% healthy, but you have to figure that he's going to be as close to 100% as he can be.
And Tyler Huntley is going to start for the Ravens. Jamie, let's power through the notes. Tyler Huntley, where'd you rank him?
He was ranked all along outside top 12. I don't like the setup for him. Joe Hayden not being there for the Steelers is good. I'm going to guess Marquise Brown is playing because I didn't see any update on him. So hopefully the ankle is fine. But he's been mediocre as a fantasy quarterback in 3 of the 4 appearances that he's made. So I don't love Tyler Huntley this week.
Looks like Braxton Berrios is not going to play, which is a shame. We would have liked to see him follow up that big performance.
Elijah Moore also.
So sit all Jets?
I mean, Michael Carter's a borderline flex.
Okay. And Dan, the Athletics' Greg Allman reports that could be a split between Le'Veon Bell and Keyshawn Vaughn. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I've been thinking that's what it was going to be all week. I'm actually going with Bell here. I think he's worth starting. But I remain concerned about like the Packers and the Bucks and how much these starters are actually going to play in this game. I know they're supposed to play, and they have these, especially the Bucks. They have a coach who's old school and he would want to play them. But I'm curious as to how much these guys are actually going to play. Are
you going to criticize Bruce Arians for caring about a Week 18 game?
No, you misinterpret that entirely, Adam.
No, I didn't. I
wonder for those guys, not the Packers, but for the Bucks. If the Cowboys lose, does that change things for them?
Why?
Well, because then the Cowboys can't pass them.
I see.
But I guess it would just depend on if they're like looking at the matchups, which NFL teams say they don't do, because at this point, I mean, it doesn't factor into the bye at all. So I don't know.
Right, but they can't.
Jamie, I don't think the Cowboys can pass them unless there's a 3-way tie and the Rams also lose, maybe. Because the Bucks have the head-to-head and they're a game ahead of the Cowboys.
Okay.
So if the Rams and Buccaneers lost, they'd be 12-5. The Cowboys with a win would be 12-5. In that scenario, I think the Cowboys might be the 2 seed.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, all right. So, Dan, say something interesting. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
It's not going to be an interesting take. It's going to be a smart take. I'm actually going to go with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Okay, it's pretty boring take.
What do you want? The right take or a boring take? You want me to?
All right, who's asleep? Give me a dark horse.
The dark horse that I'll actually go with, which is weird, is going to be the Titans.
The 1 seed?
No, but they are.
Yeah, but they're a 1 seed, Jamie, but they're also like plus 1,200. That's fair to dark horse. They're like the 6th highest odds. That's not fair.
Nah, they're the 1 seed.
Yeah, but they're the 6th highest odds. We're going by odds.
You said
here.
the Saints. That's a pretty good call.
The Saints. Come on,
So
you can't just pick like a random team that has no chance of winning it. It has to be a team that has a shot.
49ers.
Right? It's unfair.
49ers.
What, you just, okay, fine. Pick the worst team to make the playoffs possible and just say, oh, well, you know what? If Taysom Hill gets hot.
No,
You took the 1 seed.
no. I mean,
Yeah, but everyone's picking them to win.
I don't know one person that's going to pick the Titans to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I defend this. Thank you, Adam.
I think their odds are actually not low enough, or not long enough, rather. I don't think they're a good value at plus 1,200. Cardinals are plus 1,800. Yeah, Niners plus 4,000, even though they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Chargers plus 4,000. All right, let's go. Let's do your Apple Podcast questions and your emails. We have one Apple Podcast question, and Dan's not even going to understand it. It's from Debo68. Thanks for you guys do it year-round. Can't be beat. Now to the important question: 12-team Superflex Dynasty League, 6-point per passing touchdown. Can only keep one, no penalty. Vic or Ryan? Yeah, an old school FFT joke. Thank you very much, Debo. We appreciate the comment.
What was the joke behind that? Something Adam screwed up?
No, we used to get the question like we it was like our biggest debate: who's the number 1 quarterback, Matt Ryan or Michael Vick? Vic with the Vic with the Eagles. Obviously.
Is that what it was?
Huh?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was me asking Vic or Ryan like way too many times one week.
Well, yeah, but it was who's the better quarter? I thought it was for the season.
Maybe. I hope your version sounds better, so I'll take that. Yeah, Vic or Ryan has become a rallying cry for FFT. All right, your emails. Did I send them to you guys? I did, right?
Maybe.
I didn't get them.
Crap. I'll send them again.
I feel like Dan's ready to do stand-up the way he's holding the mic.
I have things going on here. The setup is not ideal right now.
Here's why Joe Judge isn't good.
Yeah.
What's
Adam, we spent 5 minutes before the show with Adam defending Joe Judge. Just
we spent a whole week of it.
It's like the guy picked the Giants to win the division, walked it back immediately, and now wants to keep Joe Judge. And some people say, I've even heard him mention, I wouldn't mind if they brought back Dave Gettleman.
No, me? No, I never said that. That was one thing I was right about. I didn't like that from the get-go. Computer folks. All right. This is from Bradford, an Oklahoma town that has city in the name.
Oklahoma City?
Even good. I can get that one.
I'm up 3 points in my 2-week championship, and I need a win bad. I've never won the league. Pick 2 in non-PPR. DJ Moore, Antoine Wesley, Cyril Grayson, and Gabriel Davis.
Is it weird that I like the last 2 the best?
So Moore, Wesley, you like Grayson and Gabriel Davis over DJ Moore and Wesley.
I feel like this league is starting to do good things by incorporating a 2-week championship, but then erasing all of that by having it bleed into week 18. Like, just look at those names that we're deciding between. And I agree with Jamie. I would go with the last 2, but is that really what we want to be deciding that your first fantasy championship on? All right, I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah, he had Antonio Brown. That didn't work out.
We're going to do that in one of our leagues next year. We're going to do a 2-week championship, 17 and 18.
Why 18?
No, please, no. Well, there was a buy-in.
Why 18, Jamie? Why would you do that?
Because we have to service our audience that plays in week 18. We don't do that.
But, Dan, you can't do it because week 14, then you have to shorten the playoffs because week 14, there are 4 teams on bye.
Yeah, you can only do it in the leagues that have the 4-team playoffs, which I did it in one.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
I want to experience what our audience experiences.
Second question from Bradford is Giants.
10% of our audience experiences.
Washington or Chiefs DST this week?
Washington
or Chiefs. Yeah, I'd go Washington too. Again, I mean, look at the opponent.
from Aaron. Is it customary for the winner of the fantasy football league to tip the commissioner?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to let Jamie answer because he's the commissioner in 4 of my leagues.
He's commissioner in every league ever. No, it's not. But I am curious to ask Jamie because Jamie, I already heard from Chris last night. I think you won, what was it, like 6 leagues, he said? Or some crazy amount. Was it 6?
Yeah.
So did you tip the commissioner in any of the 6?
I think I am the commissioner in like 3 of those.
Well, that's suspect to begin with, but go on.
Yeah, it's pretty suspect.
No, I don't think you need to tip the commissioner. I do think though that, especially if it's a league you're in for a long time, it's not a bad idea to do something nice for the commissioner every now and then.
Some commissioners are more involved than others, and so it's okay to tip them if it's kind of a complex league and the commissioner does a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, from David Allegria. I'm playing this week since my commish sucks. I need 2 running backs and 1 flex. 2 running backs and 1 flex and half PPR. Elijah Mitchell, Jared Patterson, Samaje Perine, and Javonte Williams. Pick 2 and half PPR. Elijah Mitchell, Patterson, Perine, Javonte.
Mitchell's the easy one. I'd probably go Perine, assuming that it stands the way it does, is the Bengals sitting a lot of their starters.
But would you like Perine even with the Bengals not playing Burrow? You still think he can?
Yeah, I mean, because the Browns are not playing their full complement of guys either. Yeah. So he's been serviceable, and so the question becomes is he better? First off, if we find out, if we find out before Sunday that Gibson, who's not on the injury report, is not playing, then this Patterson easy. But I think right now Gibson's playing.
Yeah, I think I lean with Jamie. I wouldn't go Williams either with Locke. He's been
okay. So Mitchell and Perine. Then we need a flex: Jarrett Patterson, Javonte Williams, or KJ Osborne.
Osborne easy.
Yeah.
Bills or football team DST?
Football team.
That's my 1 and 2. I go Bills.
Dozier is looking for a replacement for Jamar Chase, and he wants to know why Heath is so high on Russell Gage, has him 13th, and Dave and Jamie don't have Gage in the top 36. So we can't get Heath's perspective, but Jamie, how come you ended up pretty low on Gage?
Well, I can tell you Heath's perspective because we've debated it this week a couple times. He thinks that because the Falcons won one of the last 2 games where Gage struggled, they didn't have the ball in the other one, that he's going to have more volume. My counter to that is that the Saints with Taysom Hill are going to hold the ball a ton as well. So time of possession is not going to be in the favor of the Falcons. I do think that Gage benefits a little bit, so I might move him up if Pitts does play, because I think if he's more of an inside threat than an outside threat, it helps him, because if he's playing more on the outside, he's going to see more of Lattimore. Saints have been very good against receivers. Some of it is circumstantial in the last 5 weeks, but I just don't trust Russell Gage at this point right now based on the last 2 game sample size.
Dan, where do you come out on Gage?
I think Jamie illustrated that one well. I kind of feel the same way. I don't trust him, and I don't trust that entire passing attack, really.
You're such a suck up. You're allowed to disagree with him, Dan.
Well, it's also a bad offensive line.
Listen,
and
there's a lot of reasons why I agree with him. None of them have to do with sucking up. I leave that to you, Adam.
They've been really good getting after the quarterback. The Falcons' offensive line stinks.
All right, let's talk about Mitch's email here. What in general do you do with Juju Smith-Schuster in Dynasty? Buy, sell, or hold? Do Juju.
Man, I bought him in a restart Dynasty league. I had 2 Dynasty leagues this summer that I drafted, and I had him in both. He went for $4 and $5 in a $300 and $400 auction. I thought I was getting a steal buying low, but now I feel like, it's so dependent on where he lands, right? It's kind of just a toss-up at this point for me. I still think he's a talented player, though, in the right system.
I would be buying if the price is right, because if he does, like, I heard somebody make a Tampa Bay Godwin replacement suggestion.
Oh, cheap, yeah.
Like, that would be fantastic. If he's with that type of quarterback and that type of system.
If Brady comes back.
Yeah, assuming Brady's there. Yeah. But any scenario where he'd be a slot receiver in that type of an offense, with that type of quarterback.
Except it could have just been Roethlisberger, but his career has taken a terrible turn when he became more and more of a slot receiver.
And when he lost Antonio Brown.
But you know what? I don't know. Is that true? Because in his rookie year, he was pretty good when Brown was out. And didn't his second year come without Brown? Or no? I can't remember.
No,
his
Brown
big year came with Brown. The breakout year was with Brown.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think that he's a guy who could be really good.
The third year was without Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Right. No Rudolph. Or that was with Rudolph and the other guy. But anyway, Juju's still very young. I want to see him. You can be a slot receiver and still play on the outside. It's not most slot receivers, they move around a little bit, but he has been so slot heavy. The last
the two teams, Baltimore, was it Kansas City? That
Kansas City was interested in him. Yep. He chose.
Yeah, like he gets with Mahomes, he gets with one of those type of quarterbacks. Like it's well worth your interest to if you're spending, a second round rookie pick might be a little too high, but I think that's the range. But a third round rookie pick all day long.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just see how old he is. I don't even know if he's 25.
He entered the league.
He's 25 now. He'll be 26 next November. But it's basically he turned 25 in November. He's a young guy. Okay. Next question from Aldo in Shreveport, Louisiana, home of Terry Bradshaw. Pick one. Taysom Hill or Kyler Murray?
I adjusted my rankings after our show this morning. I put Taysom ahead of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Wow. I would have Hill as well, but I know it's unorthodox.
Oh, why, guys? I would definitely take Murray.
I think Taysom is going to do what he did against the Falcons the last two times.
He had Michael Thomas back then.
So?
That's a huge difference. He's been so bad.
Callaway's numbers the last two games have been basically Michael Thomas in those.
Yeah,
I don't love Kyler Murray without DeAndre Hopkins right now.
Kyler is throwing 40 times a game lately. He's rushing for enough. He could easily outrun Taysom Hill. I just think that when you look at Hill's season, so damn lucky against the Cowboys and the Jets. If he doesn't get those lucky plays at the very end, there's no way you're starting over Kyler Murray.
Why?
Because Kyler's been good enough. I mean, because he's Taysom Hill and he's Kyler Murray. That's why. I don't know. All right, fine. Agree to disagree. Pick three running backs in non-PPR. Nick Chubb, Deontay Foreman, Samaje Perine, Ramondre Stevenson, Boston Scott if he plays, Jarrett Patterson, and Dare Ogunbowale.
The first two are easy. In Chubb and Foreman.
Here are the names again. Perine, Stevenson, Boston Scott, Patterson, Ogunbowale.
I would lean Perine as the third guy as of now.
Yeah, okay. Given what we know about, I would want to say Stevenson, but given what we know about that team, I wouldn't. So I guess Perine's probably the safest from a volume standpoint.
And pick two wide receivers. T. Higgins, no.
Can we filter in more dynasty questions, Adam?
If I get them. T. Higgins, no. Deontay Johnson, no. And, I guess I shouldn't say completely no on T. Higgins, but Deontay Johnson's out. So it's pick two, T. Higgins, Zay Jones, or KJ Osborne.
You're probably going with Zay Jones and KJ Osborne.
Yeah.
I would go look to see if Cyril Grayson is out there, and I would start him. I would go look to see if, because Zay Jones makes me nervous with Waller back. So, yeah. Trying to think who are these other widely available guys. Grayson is probably
Antoine Wesley or Zay Jones.
That was the other guy I was gonna suggest is Wesley, but he's so touchdown dependent.
What's the roster percentage for Michael Thomas Part 2? Marquez
Callaway's probably 30%. Yeah, he's going to go to it.
Marquez Callaway is 39%.
He's available. I like him too.
All right, this is from Lucas Zink. Parentheses, Week 18 championships suck.
Yes, thank you, Lucas. Thank you.
Dear Tom, Terry, Roger, Aaron, and Jim.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Jim Kelly,
Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah. Did I finally
know
nail one?
What's the head, though?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Good quarterbacks.
Won Super Bowls. No, Jim Kelly did not win a Super Bowl.
No, he did not.
Rodgers only played in one, so the other guys have played in multiple.
Yeah.
MVPs?
Amazing that Rodgers only played in one.
Maybe it's a different Jim. Maybe it's Jim Plunkett.
Ooh.
Right? He won the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yes, for men.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Week 18 championship game. Devontae Adams is in my lineup, but
Could be Jim McMahon.
Could be. Should I start Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman, Mike Williams, or Rashad Penny in a flex?
Penny.
Chase the volume. So, yep.
All right, Penny it is. From Nicholas.
Oh, here's news specifically to the Packers. The Packers are planning to start Aaron Rodgers on Sunday, and then LaFleur will see how the game goes. I don't think he needs to play. I think he wants to play and keep the momentum going. They're not playing a full game. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. There's no shot.
All right, this is from Nicholas. My championship is a 2-week matchup. I'm up 22 points. I'm losing Aaron Jones for the week, and I'm looking for some sure points. I'm thinking of flexing Zach Ertz over Russell Gage and Marquez Callaway. Am I crazy? And if Gibson is out, should I just start Patterson?
If Gibson's out, you should start Patterson. I would flex Ertz over those other guys.
Yeah, he's looking for a floor, so it's definitely Patterson first and then Ertz.
Okay. And Brian from PDX. I joined a new league this year that plays in week 18. Facepalm emoji.
Thank you.
It is a PPR too. In fact, everybody who's emailing, I feel like at least half of them anyway, have made some derogatory comment about week 18.
There's a reason for it.
It's terrible. Anyway, it's PPR 2 running back, 2 wide receiver. I have Debo and Lockett. On the bench, I have DJ Moore, Samaje Perine, Grayson, and Ramondre Stevenson. Who am I flexing? PPR.
Probably still DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, it's basically DJ Moore or Samaje Perine.
In PPR, I'd probably still feel safer with DJ Moore.
He's also leaning Grayson.
You can.
DJ Moore.
I mean, you've kind of seen what Cyril Grayson is. 3 for 81 2 weeks ago. What was it? 6 for 81 or 5 for 81 last week?
I just don't think you've seen what he is, because 3 for 81 is not a game that excites me. That's 3 catches. And then 5 or 6 for 81 would, but man, it was that last play, that game-winning touchdown really boosted him.
Well, all of his numbers came when Brown left.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I don't know. He just seems so boomer busty to me. Whereas Perine is obviously very, very safe. All right, so you're going who? Moore?
In PPR, I go Moore. Yeah, just be safe.
Dan?
Yeah, if it's full PPR, you have to go Moore.
Why are you so opposed to week 18?
Me or Adam?
Both of you.
Okay. I can't believe you're allowing for this rant, but I'll take it. Because we're talking about people like Cyril Grayson and all of these players, and we have to worry about, and we have to discuss like, oh, well, Matt LaFleur said the Packers want to play their starters. Aaron Rodgers wants to keep momentum, but I don't really want to do it. So it's like, oh, well, let's just guess how many snaps these guys are going to get. And we have to consider benching guys like Adams. And it's just, this is not what we played for. It's the same reason why I don't like defenses and kickers, because nobody invests in them in the draft, and they end up making a big impact on wins and losses.
I like the fun of this, trying to make it work.
You like it because you're not actually competing.
Exactly. You only like it because of that. If you lost because Cyril Grayson, you didn't rush.
No, I mean,
he scores 35.
It's honestly more frustrating to rank these players than it would be to start these players.
It would be really frustrating if I had Devontae Adams and I picked him and he carried me to my finals and I could use him, not because he's injured, but because the Packers are resting him. That would be unfair, I think, and not something I'm interested in. Also, I'm the commissioner of one fantasy baseball league, and I end that league a month early.
You do.
I mean, September baseball.
That's actually an incredible idea, because baseball's such a grind. I think that's like I hope I join a league like that. There's an invite.
You're in this one.
You're more than welcome to join.
Okay.
Not only that, I mean, by that point, everyone is on football, so people don't even care about baseball, and it's a fine, like it's a perfect length for the season. And September baseball is 4 weeks of week 18. September baseball is horrible. Because the worst part is they don't even. Well, I don't know. They might now because they don't have as many September call-ups. They don't even put guys on the IL. So you have these injured players that you can't even put in an IL spot. They're just out. There's nothing good about it.
Are we doing our fantasy baseball draft in like a week?
No, I'm not sure I'm doing any more fantasy baseball.
Yes, you are.
It's really hard.
It's just a grind.
If you don't pay attention, it is hard.
It's a
But
true
we're so
grind.
good in that league.
We are really good in that league. We have the best team that never wins every year. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the top 5 Nicolas Cage movies from Dan Schneider, who apparently loves Nicolas Cage, which shocked him. I don't know if he'd even seen 5 Nicolas Cage movies.
The thespian.
The 5 best Nicolas Cage movies. Happy birthday, Nick Cage, when we come back. And we are back. And there's something that I have to promote here that I forgot to look up. So let me figure out what that
Yeah,
is.
tell a joke while he's doing it.
Now I got it. Oh, here it is.
I have to pull up
Please
my page list.
leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify if you enjoyed the podcast this season. That was easy.
That's easy.
All right, Dan, tell a joke.
No, I don't have jokes on tap.
I have some great jokes.
You do stand up though.
I don't think any of them are.
No, I see why you got me.
Okay, Dan, go ahead. Top 5 Nicolas Cage movies.
Start at 5 or 1?
Start at 5.
All right, at 5 comes in The Wicker Man, a movie that is not good really by any means, but it's peak Nicolas Cage. Just absolutely peak Cage. At his best, going off, and surprisingly like a movie that keeps my attention despite being horrific. Number 4, another movie in a very similar vein, Vampire's Kiss. Weird, kind of a comedy, kind of a horror movie, but the bit with Nicolas Cage going over the alphabet and how you shouldn't be misfiling things is just a classic Nicolas Cage. Then 3 is an actual great movie that he doesn't play a huge role in, but plays a good, it's not a big role, but I liked his role in it, and the movie's amazing. It's Kick-Ass. I don't know if Adam's ever seen it.
I think that if he doesn't play a big role in it, it can't be on the list.
Well, I wish I had known that before.
It's not you tell me, just like, don't even think about it. Is it a Nicolas Cage movie?
No.
Then it's not on the list.
All right. On the fly, if I had to replace it, I'd put in Adaptation, which is just like a great movie that he did a great job acting in.
Your top 5? Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's a great movie, and he did a great job of it.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Also, it's not really in my top 5. You made me add something into my top 5.
It should be number 2.
And I had to think on the fly and create something.
Good for you. It should be number 2. Go ahead.
Number 2, the actual number 2 is Con Air. Great movie. I mean, just unbelievable. And I'll consider that a Nicolas Cage movie, even though there's a lot of great actors in that movie.
Oh, of course it's a Nicolas Cage movie. Yeah.
Number 1.
On the poster, it's his movie.
The easy one, it should be everyone's one, is Face Off. One of my favorite movies as a kid. Incredible movie. What? Did you say no?
Are you kidding?
No, I'm dead serious.
What is with you people not putting The Rock on? I mean, Face Off doesn't exist without The Rock. Con Air is basically The Rock Part 2. The Rock on a plane. The Rock is not just the best Nicolas Cage movie. The Rock is one of the 10 best action movies ever made.
And Face Off isn't?
Face Off sucks.
Face Off doesn't suck.
When it came out.
I mean,
Face Off's a great concept and a great execution and awesome action.
The 2 extremes that you're going to are pretty wild.
No, Face Off was fun when it came out. Have you watched Face Off recently?
I mean,
of course
It's
not.
laughable.
No, it's a great movie.
It's laughable, bro.
I mean, the fact that they can switch each other is
Yeah, the concept's great. The action's great.
which is more believable that former Marines take over the Alcatraz and Nicolas Cage, who is a nerdy chemist for the FBI, pairs with a former con man from the 60s.
That's a pretty wild premise.
To save the day, or Nicolas Cage and John Travolta swap faces. And voices.
Anything is more realistic than Face Off. And the fact that you said it's a great concept with great execution. What? All they did was switch roles during the movie. How is that great execution?
It's cool. And the
John
action's
Travolta
great.
doing Nicolas Cage though throughout the movie is great.
Yeah.
Look, I liked the movie when it came out. It's fun. I'd watch it if it were on. But have you seen The Rock?
I've
Yeah, they're
actually
both
never
great.
seen The Rock.
Why can't they both be
Okay,
great?
all right. He's never seen The Rock. So that explains.
That's a big factor.
You've never seen The Rock?
No, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
I'm bad
Also,
with movies. I'm great with
seeing-
TV shows, and I'm horrible with movies.
No, you
You
did
don't even
a
have
great
great
job
Nicolas Cage movie. National Treasure is awesome.
Yeah, I heard National Treasure is
Oh.
also a really good one from Cage.
I never saw that, but the one that I haven't seen anybody mention because I'm seeing it in the chat. I saw some comments on Twitter. I'm not seeing it in the chat. Is Matchstick Men? You ever see Matchstick Men?
No.
Matchstick Men is it's amazing.
Well,
It
what,
is a
what did
great.
he win the Oscar for?
He won an Oscar. Raising Arizona is also really good.
Leaving Las Vegas? Is that right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I never saw that.
Nicolas
Cage.
I heard Leaving Las Vegas is great, actually.
Gone in
Probably.
60 Seconds. Great movie.
He was best actor in Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys got to see Matchstick Men. It's so good. And
I
what's
know
the
a
name
lot
of
of people like Ghost Rider.
Oh, Sam Rockwell's in it with him. Yeah. Ghost Rider. He's done so many things, huh?
Well, he had to, I think he had to work because he lost a lot of money.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Okay,
It's
well,
a creepy movie, but 8mm is good too.
Ooh, yeah. You know what I didn't like? I didn't like Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes is a tough one, yeah.
Yeah, that one's so good. All right. Well, I asked the person who'd never seen The Rock to rank Nicolas Cage movies, so that's on me.
Yeah, it is. It's always on you, Adam.
I got a good dad joke for you. Ready?
Okay.
I was looking up while Dan was trying to think of a joke. I was trying to find one to fill. So this is a good one. I think that the person who invented the umbrella was actually going to call it Brella, but he hesitated.
That's pretty good. All right, let me see if you have any
Pretty good, Adam.
if you have any week 18 questions
It's a good dad joke, yeah.
as Jacob
Here's
gave us
another good dad joke. For you,
waiting
ready?
for me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Some people have trouble sleeping, but I can do it with my eyes closed.
I think these are great. I love them.
If you ever want to tell a joke, just know Adam is by far and away your best audience possible.
Tyler, not yet. It's
What do
true.
you call a sad cup of coffee?
What?
A depresso.
You
My
like
favorite
that?
one yet.
Huntley or Trey Lance? If Lance starts.
Lance for me if he plays.
Lance.
I need help with receivers. I have AJ Brown, Hunter Renfrow, Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, and Devontae Adams.
Play them all.
I think it's a fair answer given the fact that he didn't give us a number we needed to pick.
I have it ranked Hill, Brown, Kirk, Renfro, Adams.
Oh, wow. Tony Pollard is not playing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Neither
Zeke to the moon.
And Zeke's still not going to do anything.
Do you think Alan Lazard plays a full game?
No. No chance.
Last one. I have Cup, Diggs, St. Brown.
Whoa.
Deontay Johnson.
Ben to the moon. Deontay's back.
Oh, wow. That is
Activated
a
off the
big deal.
COVID reserve.
Let's go.
That is a big deal.
Love Ben this week.
Okay. Cup, Diggs, St. Brown, Chubb, Edmonds, Stevenson, Pirine, Vaughn on the bet. Stick with this lineup. You're not putting in Vaughn or Pirine for Chubb. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't. Edmonds is out. So
yeah, you have to put in one of those two.
Pirine, Vaughn, or Stevenson.
P. Ryan.
P. Ryan.
Ryan
Speaking
it
of
up.
Vaughn, you ever seen Major League, Dan?
No, I have not. I knew that would bother you so much, and it's the truth.
Come on.
Wow.
It's embarrassing. I told you.
You got to watch
Horrific
that
with
tonight.
movies, great with TV shows.
You got to watch that tonight.
Have you ever seen the Major League TV series? The miniseries.
No, of course not.
Okay, that didn't exist.
There's a miniseries?
No, I was just kidding.
Oh, you're just
All
trying
right,
to
we're out of
catch
here,
me.
everybody. Jacob Gibbs getting mad at me. I got to go do fantasy football today in 5. Check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/fantasy football today. He gave Braxton Berrios advice last week. He's going to help you this week. Although our first topic is supposed to be Pittsburgh without Deontay Johnson. So we're going to have to figure out something else.